I forgot to mention in my intro something very important, I think. Stay tuned. There is going to be a giveaway of one of these products for 3 people in 3 different shades. Now let's get into the intro and the video. Under the eyes. What did I do to improve under my eyes? Today's video was started as a dedicated video. I recently got a new product from DRMTLGY and I was so impressed I thought I'm going to do a video just for that, which I normally don't do, especially for skincare. And then I was scrolling through some of my comments and a couple of people asked me about my under eyes and noted that there was a great improvement from now to several years ago. And I went on Instagram, which I hadn't been on in a while, checking my DMs there, and a couple of people asked me the same questions. So I thought that I would do a dedicated video to the under eyes. If you have been here before, and if you've been here for a while, you know that, well, I'm hooded, I'm puffy, and I'm dark under my eyes. My name's Kiki, I'm the Hooded Lid, and we are going to get to under eye stuff. And I hope that I'm going to have solutions. If you have darkness under your eyes that is not pigment related, so it's not pigmentation, but darkness due to vascularity or puffiness, but it's really about darkness and what I've been doing. Some of it is lifestyle, and I know your inner self or even your outer self is rolling your eyes. I'm not going to change my life, don't ask me. I'm not going to ask you to change your life. Well, there's one change. There's a couple of changes. Let's put it this way. I'm not going to ask you to give anything up. Now, I really didn't set out. I wasn't on a mission to improve my under eyes. I had looked at videos, I had read things, and I came away with the impression that if you have darkness under your eyes that is vascular related, you're out of luck. There's really nothing you can do about it. Not even surgery can help it. I never felt encouraged. But at the same time, I did want to keep an eye out for a couple of ingredients that I saw mentioned a few times. The changes that I experienced were very, very slow. So slow, in fact, that I didn't see them. It was you guys, the magic of YouTube, people who had seen maybe a video from 2 years earlier, right before a current video, something like that, and they said, wow, your under eyes have really improved. And then I started taking a look. It's very slow, it's very progressive. If you're looking for something that's going to change your under eyes in 3 months, I am not sure that there really is something that can do that. But you might see a little bit of change in 3 months. It really depends on you. So I am going to talk to you about a few products that I'm using and a few things that I got that are new that I think are promising. But first we're going to talk about the lifestyle changes that none of us want to do. 1, water. I drink 1.5 liter of water every single day. Well, that's not true. Some days I don't, and I really notice a difference. I've seen people say it doesn't matter how much you drink, it doesn't look like anything on your skin, but I notice a difference when I'm well hydrated on my skin. I do. So I don't believe that. I see a difference, so I'm going to go for it, and I'm going to recommend it to you. Being hydrated is not only good for your skin, it's good for all your internal organs, you know. Your skin is your largest organ, of course, but it's good for everything. It's good for your brain. When I am hydrated, my brain seems a little more, it's like it's lubricated. I'm like, oh, things are clicking. I think it's incredibly important to sleep. 2 years ago, I made a decision. I was going to sleep 8 hours a day. This is years and years and years of sleeping 6 hours. I was proud. I only need 6 hours. You know, Martha Stewart only needs 4 hours. And you think, well, this is a very effective, successful person, so it's good to brag about not needing sleep. But studies show people who are not getting 8 hours of sleep are more susceptible to having a stroke or a heart attack. So what do I want to do? Be proud about 6 hours of sleep, which wasn't doing me any favors. I would be fine. I could do it. I could forge through it. But I rarely woke up fresh and popping out of bed, and I always crashed. And sometimes I would actually have to take a nap, and then I couldn't fall asleep, and then the cycle started again. It took me a couple of weeks to get used to it. I would wake up, and I'd say to myself, go back to sleep, and I felt groggy. I felt like I was oversleeping, but it only took a couple of weeks to adjust, and I believe, it's been, I think, 2 years now, maybe a little longer. I can't remember exactly. I believe, though, that getting enough sleep has improved the darkness under my eyes, and I highly recommend it to you for your, beauty, for your under eyes, and for your general health. Get 8 hours. Now, I kind of teased and might be asking you to give something up. Let me just put this out there. You probably think somewhere in your brain there may be something in your diet that really isn't agreeing with you, that is doing something to your face. It's making you puffy, it makes your eyes dark. And instinctually, you just don't want to admit it because it's something you really love. It always is. For all of us, salt, not good. You're going to get puffiness, maybe not darkness, but puffiness. For me, I find that breads, anything in the bread life, be it tortillas, flour tortillas, what is better? Oh my God, flour tortillas with peanut butter and jelly and roll it up. I haven't done that in 15 years, but yum-a-dum-dum. I don't buy bread anymore. I do not keep bread in my house. When I want to indulge, I indulge, and I really enjoy it, but I stop. It's just something that doesn't agree with me, and you may have something in your life that you suspect doesn't agree with you when it comes to your looks, not your digestion. And I suggest maybe you cut it out for a week and see if there's a change. If there's not, put it back in your diet. So those are lifestyle changes. Let's get into products. I think I said earlier, if your darkness is pigmentation, I do have something that might be helpful to you, but this is really about vascularity. And what I mean by that is the little veins under your eyes. So first of all, the under eye skin is very thin, and it gets thinner as we age. Yay! And as it gets thinner, it becomes more transparent. Those blood vessels widen, become weaker. Those walls, because they're weaker, they kind of widen, and they can burst. They can burst quite easily, and it's exacerbated by allergies that I'm experiencing right now. I am not rubbing my eyes, although I have in the past, and I probably did last week. But the act of sneezing and rubbing your eyes, pop, 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 those blood vessels are popping, and the blood is seeping through, and it can be seen through your thinner under eye skin. Vitamin K can help you out. It can strengthen those blood vessel walls. Vitamin K is also known under two other names that I will spell and put down here, but I'm going to try. Phytoquinone or phytonadiosone. It's a fat-soluble vitamin, and first one, with the Q, is a cofactor of the enzyme Y-carboxylase, which modifies and activates precursors to coagulation factors 2, 7, 9, and 10. I also read that arnica could be very helpful, so I was kind of hunting down, but I really didn't think anything would come of it. Vitamin K, or those other two long names, and arnica. I ended up buying something on Amazon, but it really wasn't cosmetically elegant. Now, you've heard that old saying, ask a doctor, what is the best sunscreen? And they'll say, the best sunscreen is the one you put on your face. Well, it's the same thing. If you have a cream that has all the right ingredients, but it's not elegant, and you don't enjoy wearing it, so you don't wear it, it's not going to do anything. So I have that tucked away. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. So I was watching a video by Shireen Idris, and I'm going to post that video right here. And she was talking about vascularity and some K1 products that worked, but she also said, I'm going to put down below in the description box a couple of things, and one of the things that she put in there was the Ole Henriksen. So I assumed that this actually had K1 in it. And it wasn't until somebody made a comment saying they contacted Ole Henriksen and they said there wasn't K1 in here. And I thought, well, that doesn't make sense. And then, I investigated, and it was an assumption on my behalf. There is, however, a couple of forms of vitamin C in here, and I started using this day and night, and I do think that I saw a change, which is so interesting because I tend to use my vitamin C serum under my eyes, a little bit under the eyes. So this vitamin C is, I think, more effective under the eyes for brightening. Then I got something from Dermatology about the same time. So this is the Advanced Eye Cream, and I really enjoyed it. And in fact, I liked this better than this when it came to makeup because this is a thicker formula. I felt that sometimes my concealers were not working together. Now, it's easy to do this on your hand, but you're not going to do that on your under eyes. So you're kind of dotting it on, and maybe I felt I wasn't working it in well enough. Maybe I should have used a brush to work it in, but I decided this is going to be night and this is going to be day. And at night, I actually put on this first, and then I lock it in with this. And this does have vitamin K in it. I find that this advanced eye cream is super, super light. You only need a little bit. I'm just going to disperse the teeniest amount because, that's not a teeny amount. I'm very upset. You don't need much. See how much that goes? And it feels both hydrating and moisturizing. I see that it kind of puffs up my little crinklies a little bit. And I also notice that my puffiness goes down a little bit after I use this. And this is 100% my favorite eye cream. It's so simple. They came out with another one for evening, and I went through that when I ran out of this, but I miss this deeply. So this under makeup, this under this, because it has that hydrating and it has the K1, I think cosmetically, this is what has made the most difference under my eyes. But it could have been both together. Let's do a little sidebar about puffiness, you guys, because honorable mention. These Dermatology bright eye masks are really quite nice. I'm almost done, but I have backup, not to worry. I don't use them incredibly often, but days when it's super tragic, I will put these on and it really helps with the puffiness. And my number one puffiness, and I did a video for that, and I will post it right here. The Skin Iceland. These are fabric on one side and kind of a gel, but not a watery, messy gel. So you put them in place and they stay, and they really, really make an amazing difference under the eyes. These are much more expensive, but I always keep them on hand. And I have, on one occasion, with great effect, put these on and then went over with a jade roller for truly 10 minutes for quite a while. I had no puffiness. My under eyes looked like they've never looked in my entire life. Not for a long time, but special occasion, you want to look fantastic, these are amazing. So puffiness, out of the way. I mean, I do have another product I'm going to talk about. Puffiness, those are the puffiness things. Now this is something that is new from Dermatology that I think is going to help under my eyes. If you've ever seen my videos about sunscreen, I have a sunscreen playlist, and I'll put that playlist right here, and I'm sure I'll get back into it, but I generally kind of take off, you know, fall. Nobody watches in fall and winter the sunscreen stuff. But I never put it under my eyes. When I smile, you see how everything moves up? Sunscreen always, 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 always gets into my eyes. Always. So I just don't put it underneath. But as you know, the skin photoages due to exposure to UV rays. It's your number one ager. You're on this planet, of course your skin's going to get older and look older, but it is the exposure to UV rays that really accelerates that and damages the skin, and that damage is not very attractive either, you know, those dark spots. So they came out with this lovely product, which is a corrector, but it has a lot of coverage on a no makeup day where I'm just doing something like this. A little bit of color to even everything out, or I'm wearing my Tula Mineral Magic, which has a lot of coverage, I think, and it's kind of peachy and gets rid of my redness, but then I think, oh, well, I have all this darkness, I look silly. This, but you can also wear this underneath your concealer. So this is the color medium, and it's got a little bit of peachiness. It has a little bit of thickness, so you're kind of worried about it, but it doesn't crease. It doesn't crease, it doesn't crack, it doesn't get flaky, whether you wear it by itself or you wear it under a concealer, and it has SPF Mineral 41 in it. So I now put this underneath, and I don't wear it every day. I wear it on days when I know I'm going to be outside. I wear sunscreen every single day no matter what, but this is not a lot of product, you know what I mean? I'm afraid I'm going to go through it. So for me, when I know I'm going to go out and run errands, I'm going to be walking the dog when it's still early, I'm going to be using this. And I also put it on my lids because I don't put sunscreen on my lids because my favorite sunscreens tend to be a gel formula, and they just don't really set up. It doesn't work well with eyeshadow, but this will. So put this on, let it set for 10 minutes. If there's still a little give to it, powder it down. It blocks out all your redness so you have a nice canvas, and it's fantastic under the eyes. It truly does not crease or crack. It's amazing. And when I wrote to them saying, this product, I can't, it's so good, I was told they were working on this for a very long time, and I have to say they did a fantastic job. There are 4 shades. And I am going to put in some B-roll right now of all the shades. This is the medium shade, which is pretty light. The light shade for very, very fair people or people who want a lot of brightness under their eyes. Now here's the deal. Dermatology sent me a package of 3 of their shades twice. So I've opened all 3 because I thought the light would work. It didn't. This worked, and I opened another one so I can swatch it. And I'm going to give away to you one of each. So just put a comment down below. Tell me what color you're interested in. It's light, medium, and tan. And have an account on Instagram. Tell me your Instagram account, and I'll contact you in a couple of days and tell you who the winner is, get your address, and drop it into the mail. And it's my first giveaway. I'm really happy to share some extra products that I receive from companies, because if you're looking to put sunscreen under your eyes, but you don't like the fact that it always gets into your eyes, this adheres to the skin. It doesn't get into the eyes. It's a miracle. And I'm really excited about the fact that while I'm protecting my face so well, I'm not protecting my eyes. I'm now protecting my eyes, and I'm hopeful that I'm going to see some improvement as time goes on, give it a couple of months, under my eyes because of this fantastic product. And as always, Dermatology's products are packed with yummy, goody things. I thought I wrote it down when I was doing all of my 6 pages of notes here, but apparently I did not. I know peptides and ceramides and sunscreen, and I think maybe a couple of oils, like maybe camellia oil. It is moisturizing, but it doesn't move. It's not like it's an emollient. It doesn't dry under the eyes. It adheres. I've said it all before. I really, really think you should try it, and I always have a discount code, you guys. It's always in my description box. I can't remember if it's 15 or 20% off. Sometimes you can stack it with other deals, sometimes you cannot. But if you're not one of the winners, I highly recommend you try that out. Now I want to talk about a couple of new products that I have received in PR recently. I did say I ran out of this, and I thought, let's look at these other things that I have been sent recently. This next item actually will help pigmentation versus vascularity. There's no vitamin K in this, but I actually really like it. It's from Inner Beauty, and it's called Bright and Tight. It is much thinner in its texture than the Dermatology. It goes a lot further, and you can see there's a brightening action to this, so it leaves you brighter immediately and a little bit radiant, and makeup goes over this beautifully. And I've used this several times. However, the Dermatology has SPF, and this does not. So both skincare, both correctors, both can be used alone or under makeup, sunscreen, pigmentation. So what they have for pigmentation is tranexamic acid, licorice root extract, 3 types of stable C, cedar bark, and caffeine. And the cedar bark and caffeine is for circulation, for puffiness under your eyes. So puffiness, lightening the skin. It seems to check some boxes that I think a lot of people are interested in, and I enjoy it even though I don't have pigmentation under my eyes. Why not? I like it quite a bit. And then Maylove sent me, this is called the Eye Enhancer, and this is such an unusual texture. It's a gel cream. And when I put this on, I thought, whoa, this is a dimethicone balm, and it is not. I looked at the ingredients, no dimethicone in here. I didn't show you very much because this is a small container. There it is right there. This has such a beautiful emollient. See how far this is going? Feeling. You really just want a little bit. Now, if I used a little bit, I could wear this during the day, but there's something so occlusive and yummy and comforting and cushioning about it that I'll put this on and I'll put this over it at night, even though this is a depuffer. I think I need to play around with this a little bit more and get just the right amount, because when I put it on, it's just like this coating of yumminess that I feel is locking in the moisture. This is really lovely though. And this has caffeine for dark circles and puffiness. Caffeine's more about a circulation kind of situation, and it does work for puffiness, but it's not cumulative. It works in the immediate and then it goes away, just like those iPads that I love so much. Works in the immediate and then goes away. It has hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, panthenol, and peptides. Also aloe vera, gojo berry extract, grape skin extract, cucumber, glycerin, squalene, sunflower seed oil, and camellia oil. But no dimethicones, but it doesn't feel oily. It is so, so interesting, and I really, really like it a lot. So you guys, that is this video. Initially, it was about the Luminous Eye Corrector SPF 41 from Dermatology, but for puffiness, these 3 items. Again, these work in the immediate, they don't work forever, it's not cumulative, but really lovely. Also skincare in this as well, where the patches, not really skincare, it's just about cooling. These 2 products together are what I think did it. And if you don't want to do both, I think you should, but if you don't want to do both, do this one. The Inner Beauty Bright and Tight for pigmentation, that could be helpful to you. Very gentle, and again, it will take months and months for you to see a difference. And I think that's it. It's a mess out here, so I could be wrong. I hope this was helpful to you guys. I hope you come back again. Until we meet again, be safe, be smart, and I'm wishing you good health.